Good morning, gorgeous people. Welcome to 2026, a brand new year, a number one year, a year of new beginnings. Before I kind of touch on that a little more, I just want to share with you, I was just watching DEVA PREMAL on YouTube. Each year, this is her 7th year, she chants the Gayatri Mantra. She does a whole mala, which is 108 beads, 108 times. And yes, so I'm feeling all of this beautiful energy and light from being in that group. I think there were a couple of thousand people online, all bringing their energy into the mantra, and it does go for another 6 days. So even if you don't know the Gayatri Mantra, I was even thinking maybe I might teach you that this morning. We'll see what happens. And even if you don't know the mantra, it doesn't matter. You can just listen and receive the mantra. The Gayatri Mantra is one of the most revered mantras, and it's because it is about connecting to that truest part of ourselves, connecting to the light, connecting, and not just connecting, but realizing that we are that light. And I'm sure there are really long, what's the word I'm looking for? Not translations, but interpretations of what the Gayatri Mantra means. But you don't need to understand word for word. It's 4 lines. You don't need to understand word for word what each of those words mean. It's more of a state of being, and a feeling, a sensation. So yeah, maybe we will do that, because the Gayatri Mantra is something that I chant every day, and most of the time it isn't a formal practice. It is something that happens when I'm at the supermarket or I'm out and about and I just need to come back to the center and come back to that stability and ground myself and connect back into that part of me that remembers that everyone is doing their best. It helps me to remember to have compassion, and that love is always the answer, and to have forgiveness as well, and not just definitely for others, but also for myself. I think we can be quite hard on ourselves so much of the time. Yes, so yeah, maybe let's do that as our little practice today. And yes, so 2026. It's interesting. I wrote a few little notes down, but one thing I observed is that the start, January 1, is, and the new year is based on the Gregorian calendar. And so what does that mean? It's a fixed date. And so the reason I wanted to mention it was not to feel worried if it doesn't feel like a new year for you just yet. A lot of us may feel that it is because we've celebrated, there is a big collective energy behind that date, and so we might sense a shift. But for some of us on more subtle levels, we may be kind of waking up and feeling like, okay, I don't feel like it's a new year yet. And that's okay too. We could look towards the Chinese New Year, which is in February. What date did I write down the Chinese New Year being? The 17th of Feb. So, or even if we are aligned with Vedic astrology, the New Year isn't until April. And that's because it's not a fixed date in Vedic astrology. So in Vedic astrology, my very basic understanding is it's based on the movement of the planets and when they arrive at their destination, when a new beginning happens. What did I write down? So I've got that it's with Vedic astrology, it's the 14th of April, and it's based on the sun's actual movement rather than this fixed date of the 1st of January. So it changes each year. So maybe that feels more in alignment. And again, we will just allow your experience and your awareness to guide you into this new beginning. And numerology is telling us that it's a number 1 year, which is a year of new beginnings. And you'll know when that time is for you. So don't feel like you have to rush into anything. And that's the other thing I was going to mention. Svati's 2026 recording that she does. There's like an overview for the year, and she delves into each of the signs. She mentioned, and you might want to mark this in your diary, in your calendar, I certainly have, that in April, and for us here in Australia, it's from 5 p.m. on the 19th of April until the 21st of April, 6 p.m. So basically 2 days, 2 whole days that are particularly auspicious. And so what Svati recommends and what I recommend is popping those in your calendar, and they're particularly auspicious for starting something new, or if you want to do something special on that day. So yes, interesting that those auspicious days are also in April, not long after the Vedic astrology New Year. And I'm actually going to, on those days, on the 19th, is going to be the day that I start the Yoga Nidra online live classes, which is something that I received over this Christmas New Year period. And it's basically going to be 6 weeks, 2 classes a week online, and going a little deeper into the practice of Yoga Nidra and understanding it a little more from theory, but practice is the most important part, but helping you to go deeper with that practice to receive more, because for those that may or may not have a Yoga Nidra practice, Yoga Nidra is, for me personally, has been, well, it's more than a practice. It's a way of being, and most people relate Yoga Nidra to relaxation, which is wonderful. We all need to relax more. I need to relax more, and I feel like relaxation is a doorway for us to go beyond our current experience. So, but there is so much more to Yoga Nidra, and I feel really passionate about sharing all of that with you. So that will start on the auspicious day of the 19th of April, but I'll be sharing more details with that over the coming months. So, New Year and New Moon. Actually, I might just quickly touch on the full moon that we've just had. So it was definitely a lot of intensity, a lot of intense energy for me personally around this time. And I got thinking about that this morning, and thinking how that intensity is actually really a gift. So, and how it feels like a gift to me is that when that intensity is there, it brings things to the surface that perhaps we otherwise may not have wanted to acknowledge or deal with, and so it's not necessarily a bad thing. There's a certain energy to help us release all that isn't helpful, and so embrace, if we're grounded and we're stable and relaxed, we can embrace that intensity and use it to, again, connect back to our higher selves. There was also something else I wrote down about that this morning. What was it? It can also be a test. So that intensity, and it's how you feel it personally. But it might be a test, which we need these little tests to see where we still need to purify, where we still need to let go, and to see how far we've come. So we might receive a test and we might excel at that test, and it might surprise us. And we're like, oh wow, I wouldn't have responded, I would have reacted rather than respond to that, a few months ago or a year ago. Okay, so it's probably enough chattering from me. Oh, that's right. One last thing. New moon. So we've just had the full moon on the 3rd of January, and the new moon is the 19th of January in Capricorn. Swati did mention maybe still a little bit more intensity for the next week or two, and we may start to feel this shift of energy that it's been a very social time, and we just want to feel like we want to go within a little more if we're aligning with the light of the moon and that waning of the moon. So give yourself permission to do that. And even though you might still be busy, find small moments like these practices to come back into your center, to be still, or whatever it is that you need. So the Gayatri Mantra. Okay, so this is completely spontaneous, but let's see. As I mentioned, it is one of the most revered mantras, and again, you don't have to learn the words if you don't feel called to. And you can simply listen to the song, and I will put all the details in the description below, so you can even just Google, YouTube, search songs, videos, but I'll put in DEVA's link in case you feel called to listening to her. I love her energy, it's so sweet, so much love. But if you would like to learn the words, again, it's 4 simple lines, or 4 lines, maybe not, it didn't seem simple when I first learnt it, but it doesn't take that long actually to learn it. But we chant this mantra to remember that not only is there a divine light, but we are that divine light, and that is the truth of who we are as a spiritual being. We're a human being, we're having a human experience as well, and it's about embracing all of that. And so I feel like the more I remember this divine intrinsic nature, the easier it is to have this human experience, which throws us all sorts of curveballs. We're here on Earth School, we're learning, we're growing, we're remembering, we're shedding, we're purifying what is not helpful. So this mantra is just, it feels like pure light every time I chant it. So what we'll do is maybe I'll chant the whole mantra. And there's so many different versions sung to so many different tunes, and but maybe I'll chant the mantra just so you can hear it, and then I'll teach it to you in call and response. So I'll chant a word or sing or say. You don't have to sing, don't worry. If you're worried about how your voice sings, don't worry about any of that. Feel the vibration of each of the words. That's where that's where the healing is. That's where the magic is. So put aside any of, sometimes I sing in tune, sometimes I don't. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I'll chant the mantra a couple of times just so you can hear it, and then I will chant it just a few words at a time, and we'll do call and response. So I will chant, and you will repeat back to me what you hear. I'll also pop the words on the screen to make it helpful. I find seeing the words really helps, and if you need to write it out, how it sounds phonetically, that also was a big help for me as well. And I'm going to do it in, one more thing, I'm going to do it in the way that DEVA PREMAL does it on the YouTube video. And there's so many variations, slow, fast. I'm going to do it slower for you. It makes it easier to learn. And don't worry about if you do decide to listen to DEVA's chants over the next 6 mornings. Don't worry that if you can't keep up. She does it really fast because 108 repetitions takes quite a bit of time. So just remember, it's about feeling. It's about feeling the mantra, receiving that beautiful light. Om Bhuvasva Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhuvasva Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhuvasva Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhuvasva Tatsavitu Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Okay, now we'll do the call and response. Just a couple of words at a time. Om Bhuvasva. Om Bhuvasva. Om Bhuvasva. Om Bhuvasva. Om Bhuvasva. Tat Savitur. Tat Savitur. Tat Savitur. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Om Bhuvasva. Om Bhuvasva. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Om Bhuvasva. Om Bhuvasva. Tat Savituvarenyam. Tat Savituvarenyam. Om Bhuvasva. Tat Savituvarenyam. Om Bhuvasva. Tat Savituvarenyam. Om Bhuvasva. Tat Savituvarenyam. Bhago Devasya. Bhago Devasya. Bhago Devasya. Bhago Devasya. Bhago Devasya Dhimahi. Bhago Devasya Dhimahi. Bhago Devasya Dhimahi. Bhago Devasya Dhimahi. Om Bhuvasva. Tat Savituvarenyam. Om Bhuvasva. Tat Savituvarenyam. Bhago Devasya Dhimahi. Bhago Devasya Dhimahi. Bhago Devasya Dhimahi. Om Bhuvasva. Tat Savituvarenyam. Bhago Devasya Dhimahi. Om Bhuvasva. Tat Savituvarenyam. Bhago Devasya Dhimahi. Diyo yo na prachodayat. 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 Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo yo na prachodayat. Now let's chant it together. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio yona prachodayat. Om bhuvasva tatsavituvarenyam Bhago devasya dhimahi Dio yona prachodayat. Om bhuvasva tatsavituvarenyam Bhago devasya dhimahi Dio yona prachodayat. Om bhuvasva tatsavituvarenyam Bhago devasya dhimahi Dio yona prachodayat. Om bhuvasva tatsavituvarenyam Bhago devasya dhimahi Dio yona prachodayat. Om bhuvasva tatsavituvarenyam Bhago devasya dhimahi Dio yona prachodayat. Om bhuvasva tatsavituvarenyam Bhago devasya dhimahi Dio yona prachodayat. Om bhuvasva tatsavituvarenyam Bhago devasya dhimahi Dio yona prachodayat. Om bhuvasva tatsavituvarenyam Bhago devasya dhimahi Dio yona prachodayat. Om bhuvasva tatsavituvarenyam Bhago devasya dhimahi Dio yona prachodayat. And now rest with your eyes closed. The vibration of the mantra, the vibration of the divine light.